There you go. Good.
All right, great. I am Karen Holman, and I am chairman of the board, chairperson. Anyway, president, el presidente, la presidenta.
All right. Brian, you're next.
Hello, Brian Hart, the vice president of the board. Used to have a couple shows, don't anymore.
Jan, you're next.
Jan Margosian used to do a show with Cindy Condon on the legislature, and we just got worn out after 8 years or whatever. So we hope we do something new down the road.
Okay, Eric, you're next.
Hi, Eric Gessner, host of the long-running 3-hour Now and Then show, music, rock and roll, and interviews.
All right, Mike Beard, you're next.
Hello, Michael Beard. I have a show on right now, and I'm the chair of the PRC.
Robert, you're next.
All right, can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Robert Richter, host of Local Roots Sunday nights, celebrated 10 years this year. The same time spot, Sunday nights, 7 to 9 p.m.
10 years.
10 years, and we've been on that. Feels so good to only provide music from local musicians on the show.
Okay, Travis, you're next.
Okay, I'm Travis. I run a little company called Creek. You can find it at creek.org, and I am working on a new website for KMUZ. And I'm here to answer questions and show you what I've been working on. I've been working really hard on this for a few weeks. And yeah, we're gonna get into that soon.
Okay, Melanie, you're next.
So I'm Melanie. I'm the executive producer of Willamette Wake Up. And so Travis, I'm glad to meet you. I interface a lot with the website because I podcast a lot of shows.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I can show you how it works one-on-one if you need a tutorial.
Okay.
Okay, Beth, you're next.
I'm Beth Neveu. I am one half of the Celtic Music Hour with Ann McBride. Our show airs Tuesdays at 10, rebroadcast Friday at 7. We've been on the air since December of 2011. Ann cleans the bathrooms. I pick up the garbage and take it home and put it in my garbage can to get rid of. So that's our jobs.
Okay.
And you have a great show.
Well,
Good
thank
show.
you.
Thank you, Beth. Ken, you're next.
Ken Adams, part of the Willamette Wake Up team.
Okay, Rick, you're next.
Rick Brown, middle-aged rocker show, Saturday nights, 8 to 10.
All right, Mick.
Yeah, I'm Mick, Northwest Notes, Sundays at 4, more Northwest music. I'm also on the PRC.
All right, Mark.
Oh, me? Oh, do I have it? Let's see. Sorry. Oh yeah, Mark Albert. Americana Alley, Thursdays, Saturdays, 2 to 4. I help out here and there with the radio DJ team.
All right, thank you, Mark. And Pam.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
No. Yes. I'm not sure which device I'm using, but I think I'm using this one, right? No, Mark, what?
We can hear you, Pam. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I'm having trouble with this. What are we doing? Sorry.
Introduction.
I was late.
Okay.
Trying to get on. Okay, Pam Kelly, on Program Review Committee. I can't remember what I do. I'm sorry. I'm a little disconcerted. I can't see you very well. I apologize. I had injections in both of my eyes today, so I'm not quite up to speed, so I can sort of see you. You look really young, all of you. You're
Oh, we are young.
Gee, thanks.
I know everybody looks great because of my vision's so blurry. So I don't know. Somebody help me. What do I do around there? A little bit of everything. And I clean the bathroom with Anne is on vacation. And Beth, you really don't need to take the garbage home because we're supposed to be able to use the dumpster from day heating. And we'll talk more about that later.
Well, I understand that, but I have nothing in my garbage can, so it's simple to do because I just walk out with it, put it in the car and go. So not a problem.
If you have a crush on the garbage, you can have it then. All right.
Okay, last
Okay,
person.
good to see you, Jen.
Okay, Duncan, last person, introduction.
Where'd he go?
Microphone, Dave.
That isn't Les in there in the chair in the background, is it, Jan?
No. Pumpkin.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Dave Duncan, board member and host of Northwest Tech Show and program review committee.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. We're going to go ahead and get into the next part of the agenda, which is board member recruitment. And Karen, that is your.
Where is it?
Hi, I want to spend a couple minutes telling you about who we are as a board and what the next steps are. So there is a essentially governing board. We make a lot of decisions that have to do with the station, and we also do a lot of work that helps the station run. This is a pretty complex nonprofit, as you all know. There's many aspects to it that have to do with all of you doing your wonderful shows and all of you who do the tech things that help the shows run. And then there's also bringing in funding and all these other aspects to it. So it is very important that we have a lot of people on our board who are invested in the station, who love the station, who want to spend time doing things for the station. And it's that time of year when we are recruiting more board members. And so you might wonder, if you've been at the station for a while, there have been stints when there was the same number of board members for a while and we weren't necessarily recruiting actively, maybe still recruiting, but not as actively as we are now. And so the reason for this is we want to keep bringing in new people and have more turnover, but at the same time have an established board. Maybe 2/3 are established, and then bringing in people and bringing in new ideas and bringing in more people who can help. And so when a lot of us, not all of us, but when a lot of us came on a year ago, we had some of us had 1-year appointments, some had 2 years, some had 3 year, so that we could set ourselves up for this kind of turnover, but also staying established as well. And so it's that time where some of our board members, their term is ending. And not only that, needing to replace some of them, is that we actually want to grow the board. We would like to have more people. Many hands make light work, right? So that is why if you've gotten your email or seen on Slack, there is an active application now. And this is due. We would like people to apply 2 weeks from this past Monday. So I think it's the 13th of November. So if you are interested in joining the board, reach out to any board member that you would like and ask what's it like to be on the board, or what would this be, or just apply and see what happens. Whatever, we would be thrilled to talk with you more about it and get more help. So we have had one person apply so far. That person is actually me, which you might be like, okay, what the heck? The president is applying for the board. Well, it just so happens I was one of the people on the 1-year appointment. So I need to apply if I want to be on the board again. Another thing I wanted to bring up is that for my day job, I'm a professor. I'm going on sabbatical next year. And so I need to step down as president. And so that's another thing is every year, the board votes in executive positions. So all 4 executive positions, president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, will be voted in December. And so that's actually, if you want to join the board and run for a position, you can do that. So it just depends on what level you're at. You don't need to do that. If you're like, no way, I don't want to be in an executive position, totally fine. So we would love board members. Anything else to add? That's my spiel. The links are there. I believe they work. And any questions or additions by any of the other board members?
Karen, this is Jan. How about telling us a little bit about how many times you guys meet a month? What is expected from the board members, you know, time, money, both, whatever.
Absolutely. And you know what I might do is just pull up the form because I put it all there, but I'll encapsulate it. Okay. So we meet once a month. We meet on the 4th Monday for about 90 minutes. And so we do expect board members to attend those. So let's see. We want people who will, so very generally umbrella, making an earnest effort towards the station fulfilling its mission, and engaging in discussions. How can we do fundraising? How can we be more established financially? Any aspects that we can support with the technical part. We're not expecting anyone to have technical expertise. We do have that, but often we need to financially support and make decisions. Is this something we want to spend money on? So you need to kind of know what's going on so that you can engage in the discussions and vote and make decisions on that. We would like board members to attend fundraisers, events, and social gatherings. Of course, we can't all attend everything, but to the best of your ability, do that. And that is also true for monetary donations. So we do not have a set amount, but we want something that is meaningful for that person, for the board member in their financial situation, that they can donate. We also would very much like all of us on the board, any connections we have, to utilize those and spread the word about KMUZ and be a cheerleader advocate for KMUZ in the community, and to support the DJs the best that we can, and everyone who's doing the tech and the behind the scenes thing, and underwriting, identifying businesses. I think that encapsulates pretty much everything. Again, other board members want to chime in, please do.
Mike, you had your hand up. Mike Beard, go ahead.
How many board members are you looking to recruit, Karen?
So we have, on the bylaws, we have to have at least 5, and we can have up to 15. And currently we have 8. It's unclear at this moment exactly how many will be leaving in December. Probably 1 or 2. And so we definitely, I would say we definitely want 3 minimum, but we could have 5 or more, honestly.
Any other questions for Karen? Anybody?
Melanie.
Yeah, so it's not a question. I just wanted Karen to know that Jeff and I are going to Monmouth. It's on Friday the 17th, so after this board deadline, to meet with a couple people from Polk County that we want to talk to about getting more involved in some way, whether that be helping us with development or maybe sitting on the board. So I'm just saying that because if they are interested, it'll be after that 13th board application deadline.
Okay.
And any advice around that?
Yeah, I would say we chose the 13th because that will give the board time to read this huge slew of applications that we're going to get. But absolutely, if one or two come in after that, it will be very doable for us to read those. So I'm not going to say no. Of course, when we vote in December, that's the point when it's too late. So
it's never too late.
Yeah, I think if they want to apply, Melanie, then we'll definitely look at all the applications. Sure.
That was my question. Are people outside of the radio current team, if you will, being recruited? It sounds like these folks would be outside of the radio station known entities then.
Yes.
Actually, no, they're both part of the Willamette Wake Up team, but because they both are heavily engaged in Polk County, I thought it would be a good way to, if they're interested, it would be a good way to increase our geographic diversity on the board. We have a lot of connections in Monmouth and Independence already. And so my thinking was to get somebody from that part of the county would be good.
Yeah.
And we put it on our social media, so everybody that publicly follows us, could have looked at it and applied. We're certainly trying to reach out. I think every board member was trying to search out people as well, as best as they could. So we're definitely open to people outside of the organization. It can actually be very valuable to have both, to have someone on the outside and someone that's inside too, as well.
Any other questions for Karen before we move on to Travis and Brian? Okay, Brian.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about the website. So when we had our little board retreat in January, one of the top things that we wanted to do was revamp our website. And there was mostly two things we really wanted. We wanted a one-button press to stream, so you could stream the station super easily. And we wanted a app for iPhones and Androids, both, like a downloadable app that's just for KMUZ, that's super easy to also stream. I think probably most people know that, especially anybody under 30, that's the only way they consume their media is through their phone. Computers, radio stations, they don't even know what that is. So the fact that we now are going to have that is very exciting. We reached out to our current provider that was doing our website, gave him essentially first right of refusal to see if he'd be able to do that. And it just wasn't, feasible for him and for us, a combination of that. So Jeff found Travis at Creek, and Travis is going to kind of do a little bit of a walkthrough on it. Just so y'all know, this isn't like the live version right now. One of it, I think he's doing and Travis, you can chime in anytime, basically a screenshot, kind of what the homepage is going to look like, and kind of give us a run through. We'll save questions and things like that until after he's done. And mostly it's just kind of a show right now, a show and tell, and we'll dive further in as we kind of go live. And he's already said that he would talk with Melanie and probably other people about how to specifically do things. And he'll also be helping me do that. And I can help a lot of people. So we don't want to just drown them out with a ton of questions right now. It's basically to show everybody what it's going to look like, how exciting it is. And Travis, you want to take it away?
Yeah, sure. Any questions are okay too. I like answering questions. I'll share the screen so you can see it. Let's see if it works. Oh, I need the screen sharing privilege.
Yeah, you might have to give him permission, Jeff.
And somebody's going to have to tell me how to do that.
Oh, it's like on that share screen button at the bottom, there should be like a little arrow thingy in the corner, and you can go multiple participants. That's the way I do it anyway.
I selected that.
Great. Okay, that worked.
And can you spotlight Travis so that he's big screen for everybody? Yay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get this code stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna help.
That's what it's gonna look like.
That was funny.
Yeah, it's like this is the website, right? It's a bunch of code. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
I know.
Anyway, yeah. Okay. So let me get off of this page. I'll show you something more interesting. Okay. So I'll just kind of zoom in on some stuff. Like, it shows the current show. There's some really nice little basic things that it does that you would expect it to do, like this listen button. This is gonna blast in my ears, but you can just click it. I just muted before I hit that. And then it plays. So that's nice. It's got the, let's see, let's go to the live version, reload. The shows, each show has a page of its own. That's already something you have on the current website,
nice.
but one cool
Nice.
thing is
Thank
that
you.
it's one thing I just hooked up with Dave. I think that was yesterday. It's kind of a blur now. But the studio now has this little box inside this. It's hooked up to the audio chain and it's recording audio archives, and so those kind of just automatically show up under the shows, and this will replace the Spinitron archive, so you won't need that, like the instructions on the current site that say, you know, go into Spinitron and all this stuff, and then you find the archives. They'll just be right there, just like this, and you can play them. And I didn't mute at that time, so that just blasted my ears. Okay, so there's archives. These are all this information is actually just pulled in from Spinitron. So when you update Spinitron, it'll get pulled into Creek and also into the website, like within an hour or so. And if it doesn't, you can let me know. Might be some issue on the Spinitron side. It's kind of a complex system to get it integrated. But yeah, so that's the majority of it. We also have the pages kind of coming together.
Oh my God, that one. Old.
Yeah.
Old. I'm sorry.
Send you
Yeah.
a picture?
So well, so these are all just getting pulled in from the KMUZ current website. So that's the about page, and it's just kind of pulling it in from there. But I don't want to get too confusing about that. It's just yeah, the pages are kind of auto generated right now, but we can detach it.
What does the landing page look like?
It looks like nothing right now. It's a blank slate.
Oh,
But
yay!
also I
Nothing wrong.
I have some ideas here. I thought maybe after we do this meeting, we might maybe have a handful of ideas to put on the homepage. But this is my mock-up so far. That, like, we could have a featured article, some upcoming shows, and maybe some featured shows. Like Jeff was telling me, like Willamette Wake Up is kind of a flagship show, or any others that might want to be featured on the homepage. Kind of like especially if they are like podcast style shows, or I don't know, you guys run your own station. I'm just trying to make the website. So that's what I've got here so far, and you can kind of just toss some ideas at me either now or later. And you can always just email me at travis@creek.org to just get in touch with me and send me ideas or tell me something's not working or whatever might happen.
Thank you.
Little River?
Yeah. Oh, what?
KREK.org.
Yeah, Creek. Yeah, Creek, like a stream. It's a sort of a pun.
Oh, Little River.
Yeah, Little River.
Dream. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for answering my question.
That's good.
So yeah,
I want to just say a caveat right off the bat on that. If it gets overwhelming, we might funnel those through me, and then I can prioritize them too and send them to you. I just don't want you getting, especially right off the bat, 100 emails and
that
quit us.
too.
But
sure. Yeah.
So just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Maybe put together an FAQ so we can pull up answers as you realize that we need them too, because that'll save a lot of time answering the same question 50 times.
Ryan,
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan, can you
Right.
Good idea.
Box so that people can just communicate to Travis in Slack so we all see it?
I'm sorry, say that again, Jeff.
We already have we have a website building Slack page.
Yep.
Page in Slack. Why don't we open that up and let people, like in our general conversation, we can have one for the website so Travis can just go in and see those in Slack.
Yeah, sounds good. And then Mark, I think you have your hand up.
Yes. How will, if a show wants to be part of the permanent archives, if they have a special show, like a live guest or something, it's gonna have a process for uploading those and who can do them and how that's gonna work?
Yeah. So, let's see. Ken, which is your show? Is that your? Which show? Or sorry, yeah.
Oh, Mark, I do Americana Alley.
Americana. Okay. So, wait, I don't know which day that's on, but what am I getting? Actually, I'm taking care of this super old dog right now. He looks like this. He's in the background, sort of whining at me. So I'm trying not to.
Hello,
not to.
puppy.
Yeah, he's anyway. If you hear noises in the background, that's him. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna try to ignore his whining. Okay, so right. So you asked me a question. You can actually set certain shows to be up there forever. And the thing that I'm showing you right now is Creek. It's sort of like it's a content management system for radio stations. It's kind of like Spinitron, but it does more stuff. It does website stuff too. And so
that would be wonderful.
Yeah, so right, so you can just update certain shows like so that they're up forever. Yeah, disable audio. Anyway, so right, so if they're like a talk show or original content, and then music shows, of course, we have to sort of hide them after 2 weeks because that's how the legal stuff works.
So it'll still be that 2-week archive thing then we'll deal with? Well,
I'm talking about, I'm not talking about a recorded music show that, I'm talking about something that could be archived forever, like a live interview performance.
So your regular weekly show, you're saying you don't necessarily need that to be archived every single week forever until you have a million shows online.
Well, you would think that our royalty, things allow that.
Yeah, our licensing doesn't allow that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a matter of how fine a control you have over, hey, from 2:15 to 2:45, I want to make that permanently available as an interview.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So,
go and submit a file and make that available.
Yeah. So one thing that's going to be on the side is like the ability to upload files. So it just automatically uploads them right now from that little device that's in the studio, but you could edit it down and put in just something that's just the talk part or take out the music and then re-upload. Or create a show on the side.
A live performance or interview and the artist gives permission, it could be permanently archived as a podcast.
Yeah, that too. Of course. Yeah, right.
That's all I'm asking about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're interviewing a musician and they're just like, you can use it. And also whatever their record label arrangement is, that they also give permission, or if they're self-labeled or, the drill. Like, so if you totally have permission, then yeah, you can put it up and just keep it up there.
So there'd be a way to have something where you have your regular music show that gets archived for 2 weeks, but you could also independently upload segments that were long-term segments. And could you still have them associated with your show, or would they be their own thing?
Yeah, so I haven't, this is a new request, so I have to kind of come up with that structure on this website. But right now it's just got those broadcasts that have come up, and then I guess maybe on the side here we could have on the side, like another area that has evergreen shows like podcasts, and then something else that's in the app, like on the KMUN app, there's a dedicated tab just for podcasts. So
would really like to be able to search for something that they know or heard with podcasts, so that they could just find it if they were interested in it, not have to necessarily know what show, but know keywords at least.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this search box is going to migrate up here and be kind of more like an omni search, so it'll just search across the entire website, including the keywords. Like if you put in a description for that specific broadcast, yeah, so it could find it that way.
Note to self, use unique keywords whenever possible to make searching easier.
And
Right.
Mark, I know this isn't what you were talking about, but that's actually, it reminded me, is another thing that I was really excited about, is that the fact that talk shows have an archive of every show that they've produced, because I think that doesn't happen, or else it's really clunky, but it's like the last 6 shows or something only. And this will have all of them. They'll just have pages where you can go, oh, what was that show back in 2016 that we did? And that's actually a really exciting for me too.
What does the header archives mean if it's not past shows like that are more, if you will, snippets out of a, like we interviewed Patty Maloney, now deceased, head of the Chieftains. We want to keep that up because people do like to refer to it. So is that something that would be under archive, or is that something that would be placed differently, like you're kind of talking about?
It would be in both places. So like, which show would that be?
Celtic Music Hour.
Celtic. Okay, so it's got a replay. So this would just, it would live on this page, and then all the old broadcasts would be available there, including the playlists, and then they would also live here. It's just that, some people seem to prefer this interface for accessing the archives just on one page and just having a running list of the ones that have happened that day, and then you can kind of go back easily. And then other people like to kind of, drill down into the show, or just have a page that houses all of the archives for that one page, or that one show, I mean.
I like this. It feels like something that I would be able to figure out and use to get what I'm looking for.
That's really fabulous, as long as people can search and find old stuff, because that interview that that was, it's old, and you're not gonna scroll to see it.
Yeah. As long as the text is updated so that people can find it somehow through keywords, and like one idea I'm kind of tossing around is transcriptions too, or by the date. Yeah. Oh, and it's also got the playlists too. It looks a little, I need to fix the margin on this page, but the playlists are also available. So these are just pulled in from Spinitron right now. And yeah, so if the playlist happened at Spinitron, then it also gets imported here and shows up. Oh, and it only has the playlists that have happened since we turned on the integration tool. So I still need to kind of migrate all the past data into Creek as well. So that's sort of like behind the scenes stuff that I don't have to get too confusing about, but that's why it doesn't have everything there on the page.
Start you out with a crushing workload so that you don't have your hopes too high.
Oh.
And then we'll pester you half to death with questions. Just, the usual.
Yeah, I guess.
We are in awe of your skills. Nobody else could do this. So we're really glad to have you.
Oh, cool. Okay, thanks. This took me
thank you very much, Travis.
You're welcome. But it's fun to be able to help these all the stations I work with and build websites. And this took me so long to build. This is going on the 10th year of me working on this software and this website framework. So it's nice to see it all come together.
The Creek is yours.
Yeah, I founded it back in 2012, and I've just been chugging away at it for all this time, just slowly building all these different parts, like the app framework and the websites, and then this thing that's kind of like Spinatron, that like lets you create playlists and keep track of all of the audio. So actually, even if the audio is not available publicly, you'll be able to sign into Creek and then get audio from, whenever we started the recording. It'll just be available in the cloud, as they say. So you'll be able to log in as a DJ and access things.
Any more questions? We might want to keep going on the agenda, but Travis, thank you so much. Does anybody else have questions, Mark?
Yeah, just one last question. If you were able to log in and seek old audio, would you be able then to download that audio?
If you reverse engineer the page and try to pull out, oh, you mean download like as a DJ? Yeah, you can download. But as a public person, it's a little bit harder depending on
Father Duncan off the Krusty, but that's just interesting. Okay, thanks. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, it's downloadable. Yep.
When is the website supposed to go live? Is there a planned date?
Yeah, we've I was kind of wanted to wait until this meeting to collect some more ideas and hear feedback. And then, in the next few days I can put it up, make it public. Yeah.
Sweet.
Very clean and nice.
Doesn't that have a good look?
It really is.
Yeah.
Looks like it's easy to use.
And it's correct me if I'm wrong, Travis, but even the website itself is basically mobile compatible, right? So if you're going to the website on the phone, it's not gonna, you know how sometimes websites can just look weird and not work right. So not only we have the app, which will do its own thing, but then you can look at it just on your browser on your phone. So multiple options for people, whatever they like best. They can use it and listen to us.
Yep. Yeah, so I've sort of like made it more narrow here so you can see what it looks like on a phone. There's a couple of things I need to sort of tweak, like the margins and stuff, but yeah, it's important to make the website look nice on iPhone and Android because you have to kind of almost physically push people towards the app to get them to click on it and install it and use it. And just having the website work correctly is really important. And also making sure that Google can find all the content too, because that's kind of like the new airwaves, because just people organically searching, as they call it, for whatever random things might be on your website. That's how you find new people, new listeners, is like through Google and social media. So they'll be going to your website first instead of the app.
Maybe.
Very cool. And everybody, when we kind of switch over, of course, there might be some kinks or things like that. So patience is very much appreciated when we do go live, and switch over. There might be some things that come up.
Yeah. It's a fairly complex website right now, the current website. So, there's a lot of moving parts, loose ends, so I'm trying to capture everything, but definitely tell me if there's some obvious thing missing or some non-obvious thing that I should add. And make sure to send me ideas too. Like I'm collecting ideas with Brian and Jeff for the homepage, but yeah, I'd like to make something really cool for the homepage.
Yeah, and like Jeff said, we'll open up that Slack channel, but you can email me, you can, throw a paper airplane note on when you see me on the street. However you want to get a message to me, let me know. And if you're not a Slack person or you're not whatever, we don't care. Just let us know and we'll take care of it and get it going and make some changes as we go. It'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Travis.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it more than you know, having done this myself with the last couple of websites.
Will there be an announcement when this is live? Like a promotional announcement, so to speak?
Yes.
Yeah.
There'll be a glow on the horizon.
Yeah. More than smoke signals, huh?
Glow.
Oh, we'll have air horns, everything, balloons, confetti, all that stuff, right, Travis? We like to do it. We like to party, right? Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, email,
it doesn't
Slack,
come
Facebook.
standard.
We're all meeting
I'm
at
not
Jeff's
gonna
house later.
Yeah, you'll have to help me out with that. I can't drive up there and start blasting confetti
Sure you
downtown
can.
Salem. Yeah.
What city are you actually in California?
I live in Cupertino, California, and
I
then
know that.
I went to CSU Chico, and I lived in Oroville, California, that kind of Northern California.
My
for a
kids
long
were
time.
born in Los Gatos.
Oh yeah, that's right over that way.
Yeah, good Sam.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I'm just gonna go to the pledge.
Oh, pledge drive.
Let's move on, huh?
Wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through this quickly because we had a lot of feedback and we had a lot of interesting things happen during the pledge drive. But the main thing is that we hit our goal of 11,000. And I'm gonna move this over here, guys, so we can see it in the room. These comments in red are comments that I got from the survey, the exit survey that you guys did. If you participated in it, then you might see some of your comments. I didn't put your names on there, but I did want to share the comments and just talk a little bit about the pledge drive. And then at the end, we'll have some questions about it if you want. So we ended up having 3 gift cards, and they were 2 gift cards, and then Melanie had donated the Brighton Bush getaway pass, and those all went to everybody after the pledge drive. We had some comments about organization and about more DJ participation, and we kind of knew that was going to come. That's something that we're going to try to address in the next pledge drive, as far as getting more gift cards and working to get more people volunteering and that kind of thing. It looks like I'm going backwards, sorry. Yeah. Okay, and then this was the call taker slots. We had a lot of comments on call taking. So this is a comment, keep phone shifts at 3 hours, and 8 to 8, we'll do that again. And we got a lot of comments like this, so I'm sharing this as well. So okay, then a lot of people commented that they didn't like the worksheet and the computer. So next time we'll migrate the when you're taking the donation to only the computer.
Oh dear.
There'll be no more writing down card numbers and phone numbers and addresses. It'll all be done in the computer.
Oh, okay.
But Jan, I'll make sure I'll come with you.
Well, I mean,
You
it's
can
just
do it, you can do it.
holding the phone and trying to do it on the computer. Melanie, both of us, we found that it was much easier to write it on the paper and then put it in the computer, but we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We
Yeah.
could
We
use
could get some
headphones. Maybe we'll do
headsets.
headsets.
Well,
or
that would be
something.
good. If you use
Yes.
headphones, then we could use
Mhm.
both our hands.
Yeah.
I bet we could get some at state surplus too,
Yeah.
because I think they go
Oh,
through
stop.
semi loads of that stuff.
Let's not hijack his analysis here.
It's fine. So I think that we got a lot of comments about people not being available and about people needing to be more enthusiastic and engaged. And I think that's one of the reasons we're having this meeting today. We plan on having more DJ meetings so that you have more information and you know when things are. And in our next section of this meeting, we'll talk about the new KMUZ calendar for DJs so that we will all be more on the same page and hopefully we'll get less of these comments in the future.
It'd be fun to have a calendar.
So that we've already talked about that. So that's call taker. And then we talked about, we looked at special shows. We wanted your feedback on special shows. We realized that there's kind of a disconnect between what PRC and operations do when it came to special shows. So we're going to try to streamline that process next time. And I will go over that with you here. So there's going to be a sign-up sheet for a special show. This is the volunteer sign-up sheet. I'll put this link active in the window before we leave this meeting tonight. You also have it again when I send out after a report. When I send this report to you guys via email later, you'll have this link. You'll reserve your spot. Okay, that'll be the first thing you'll do. And the second thing you'll do is you will tell Mike Beard what your program will be, and you'll do that before January 31st at the next All DJ meeting on January 31st. And at that DJ meeting, you will tell everybody else in the room what your special show is, what you'd like DJs to say about it. We will record everything, and then we'll put that out there so that all DJs across the board can promote the special shows coming up for the next pledge drive. We feel that a lot of our donations came around special shows, and so we also felt that there needs to be more attention to it, and it needs to be they need to be marketed more robustly.
I just want to say
What happened?
I don't know. Somebody
Okay. They fell off their chair, I think. So-
Note to self, find the mute button and be ready to use it when I sneeze.
Okay, so bottom line is we'll have an opportunity for you to ask questions here in a minute, but in the meantime, the Pledge Drive team has some volunteer opportunities for you coming up this month for our end of the year letter that we send out to all our donors asking for pledges at the end of the year. So I'll provide this link that's down in the bottom that you see. I'll provide that for you in the chat. If you're interested in doing that, you can go there and sign up for that as well. Okay. So I think that now the next pledge drive, Pam, you're going to run the next pledge drive. Here's Pam.
Yes, along with PRC. It's going to be a mutual one for this first time.
And as far as that goes, Pam is going to be in charge of the pledge drive and the PRC is going to support that. Okay.
Yes.
Now, are there any questions about pledge drive?
What's the date of the
When?
That's my question, when, because I'm going.
It's coming next segment, I think.
Yeah, next segment, I'm gonna share with you the new KMUZ calendar.
Oh.
And let me get out of this screen here, and then I'll bring that over to you next. This is a KMUZ calendar. I will share that link with you. When you have the link, you'll be able to go in and look at what's going on. So tonight we're doing the All DJ meeting. The next thing is the program review meeting on this calendar. And if you take a look at each one of these, they will tell you what the meeting is, what the Zoom link is for the meeting.
All right, nice.
And that way you'll have that information to see. You'll be able to log into this anytime. Let me see if I put this next pledge drive in here. So that was the question.
Yes, we did.
So here's the pledge drive coming up in spring, February 10th to February 16th. And again, once you have this link, you'll be able to go and look at this anytime you want. And you'll see where all the pledge drives for 2024 will be in this calendar. All the meetings that are recurring will be in here. And then all DJ meetings will be in here. And we'll try to get these more on a set schedule so everybody kind of gets in the rhythm of that Wednesday, last Wednesday of the month, whatever, we're having a meeting. So, okay, any
Well, then-
questions about the calendar?
I don't have a question. I just have, since I thought I was going to be the one talking about it, Jeff, this takes the place of those paper pages that used to be stuck up on the wall in the hallway at the station. So mandatory reporting will be on here, pledge drives, meetings, and you'll be able to access it at all times, 24/7. So you don't have to, send somebody an email and wait 24 hours to get an answer or anything. I just, it's part of us being transparent and having everybody involved again. So thanks to Jeff who found this and set it up.
Yeah.
Welcome. Okay, so last thing that I have for everybody is the transition to Teams presentation. And we'll go over this quickly and then we can go if they need to, or we can open it up for questions at the end of that. So,
Well, before we jump there, did anybody have questions about the calendar? You asked and I said I had a comment. So did anybody have a question? And
how we get into the calendar and all that.
he's gonna post links. It's not live yet, is it, Jeff?
calendar is live, and I will post links in Slack and in the Zoom meeting tonight. I'll post them in there, but I'll also post them in Slack, and then I'll also make them available so Pam can send out an email to everybody with the links.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, let's get into the presentation about the team structure. So one of the things that we as board, one of the things we realize is that a station manager like Dave Hammock or Ken Adams is really important. And we really don't have that anymore. So the answer to that for right now, until we have more money or more ability to have a station manager, we've decided that having a team model or team approach to governing the station is probably going to help us distribute the load of volunteers more evenly around the jobs that need to be done at the station. When I'm done with this presentation, you'll have the opportunity to sign up for a team if you want to. And but the way that basically it'll work is that every team is responsible for something. And every team leader is the person you should talk to if you have an issue with that thing. So for example, we'll go to the next thing here. We'll go to the see, this is and I apologize for everybody in my room here because we're missing some of it, but this is the operations team. Tim Patterson is in charge of the team, is a team leader of that. These are the things that they do. So if your question revolves around something here, you're going to talk to Tim because you need somebody to talk to if, something with a log or something with, the DJ or whatever it is, you're going to start with Tim or one of these people that's on the side here. And I think I left out Beth. Beth, you should probably be on this team too. So this team will probably meet once a month and it'll be in person and in Zoom. Again, we haven't done this before, so there will be tweaks. This is just a starting point, but this is kind of where we want to start. Okay, our next team is program review, and that's led by Mike Beard. I don't have names here because I'm not really sure who all does what at the PRC, which is now PRT. But these are basically the things that they do. And they meet once a month. And we're going to try a Zoom component with this. So those of you that can't make it to their evening meeting on the first or second Tuesday of the month can join via Zoom. We're going to see how that works. We'll just see what happens with that. And again, at the end of this presentation, you'll have an opportunity to ask questions about this. Okay, Pledge Drive team. We've just done a lot of talking about Pledge Drive. These guys are also going to be in charge of fundraising events too. Loosely. So, Pam, I just gave you a surprise there, but anything we're doing fundraising wise is going to go through Pledge Drive team.
Well, Pledge Drive team is the biggest fundraiser we have right now, so
correct.
Makes sense.
Yep. Okay, communications team. This is Brian's team. We have website. Travis is going to be kind of an external member of KMUZ until we feel totally confident we can do everything without him. So that could be a day or a year, but more likely going to be like a year or more. We have social media is currently being run by Pam. Email updates and blasts are currently being run by Pam. I do an email newsletter. We still probably could use a couple people to be in the communications team. So anybody that wants to be on this team should go to the link that I provide later and be on this team. Mark, your hand's up. You have a question? No? Okay.
There's a little hand on your screen there.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sorry.
This is outreach team. This is kind of open. Last year, the outreach team kind of put the outreach team on hold. These are guys that go out and do individual events like the art fair. We kind of put these things on going to these events on hold because we really needed our website to be updated and for us to have streaming. And I'll just say the one question that I asked everybody at the art fair and the Awesome 3000 is, how do you listen to the radio? And they said, what's the radio?
What is a radio? I bet.
Almost everybody streams and almost everybody uses apps. So, but we will probably re-engage this coming next summer once the app and the website's in place and more robust. And we will need people for outreach. Right now we have maybe 3 or 4 people that do this. So if you're interested in outreach, going to events on the weekends in the summer and the spring and potentially in the fall, then definitely sign up for this. All right, and then underwriting team, this is basically Tim Patterson does this. We need people to help us curate new underwriters. We need people to help us organize the events for our underwriting. And we need people to help us maintain our current underwriters. So if you're into any of that, we would like you to join that team. Okay, and I guess that's underwriting again. No, I'm sorry, it says underwriting on the picture, but it's actually the station equipment team. I didn't really have a clever name for this, but so I just made it the station equipment team. But basically, if you're somebody who's technical or wants to know more about the station or feels comfortable being in the tech room, then this is the place where you want to sign up. All right. What else we got here? Okay, I'll provide this page in Slack channel. This is all the contacts for all the team leaders. And then you've already seen the calendar, and we also, this volunteer sign up link I will provide to you again as email and also in the Zoom chat later on as soon as I'm done with my presentation. And you'll have the ability to sign up for any teams that you want through that link. And I believe that is it for the team presentation. So if you have any questions for me, now is the good time to ask, or any of the board members. And hearing no questions, that puts us at the end of the meeting.
Great.
Good to see her. Oh, sort of see everyone. I can see you now.
Anybody want to add anything else? Anything I missed? Any board members want to say anything before we conclude the meeting?
This meeting was recorded, correct? So that other people who didn't attend can see it.
Yeah.
And you put that link up somewhere as well?
Yeah, I'll get you that link for an email blast as well.
Okay.
It'll be available on Netflix by next week. We are pretty
And we'll all be
entertaining.
famous as influencers, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, totally.
Yeah. How many people attended, Jeff? I don't see that number on my stuff. So
17 on the screen and
okay.
3 in the room.
Yoo-hoo.
In the room, but I can't.
You're having the special light snacks, huh?
We're having light snacks here in the room.
I brought snacks.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff, for summarizing the pledge drive and all the teams. It was really clear. I liked your visuals. So thanks so much for doing that. And then and creating all those links and everything so that people can easily sign up for different teams was great. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have those. I guess since we're ending the meeting, they'll probably won't have time to put them in the Zoom chat, but I'll put them in Slack for you, and then Pam will send them out as an email.
Let me just mention.
Tomorrow.
Night.
On a side note, I brought about 100 promotion keys, everything, a lot of stuff in the last 6 months, a lot of folk, blues, some rock, Americana, and they're in the main meeting room. Take whatever you want. If someone takes them all, wait a week or so other people can go through it first. And if no one takes them, I can come back and get them in a couple of weeks. I don't want to just dump them off. But there's great stuff in there, and there's some unknown stuff too.
Pam, you have your hand up?
Oh yeah, I have two questions. One question and announcement. Who was just speaking?
Oh no.
Was it Eric?
Bill
Was it
Frater.
Eric? Okay.
Bill
Frater.
Oh,
Bill Frater, yay. He has good stuff. I'm going to be down there at 6 a.m. No, my announcement is that the mugs, the second order has been ordered and has been shipped. So I should be getting those pretty soon, and we'll get them out. We still haven't got out the mailing to anyone. So I'm waiting for this second shipment. Thanks for your patience on that.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, thank you, Travis, for coming into our meeting and being part of our crew. Appreciate
thanks,
it.
Had a great time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
See ya.
Thanks,
Good to
everyone.
see
Good to see
everyone
you.
again. Mhm.
Bye.
Bye.
I can't even see this part. No, I can't leave. I'm stuck in Zoom now. I think I'll just shut this, right? Oh God.
Bye, Pam.
Headache.